Alright, so today, there we go. Use trig to solve problems when one or more steps are required. So, we're not really learning anything new today, necessarily. We're doing all the same stuff we've done past 2 days, but we're using multiple steps of it. So we're going to do more than one thing at a time to try and solve our problem. So, first problem here. Solve using trig when several steps are required. We're given an example. We want to find the length of x. Alright? We want to find the length of x. How do we go about that? Anyone know? Anyone have an idea? Tobias, what do you think?
I think we would have to, for both of the small triangles, we would have to solve for that side and then add them together.
Perfect. That's exactly what we're going to do. Right? We want to find that whole length, but we don't have any sort of trig function to do that because then it doesn't make a right triangle. But if we solve for these two sides right here, we can add those together and we can get x. So I'm going to call those, I'll call it w and y. And I like to give them variables. You can call them y and z, you can call them w and y, t and s, anything you want, any variable you want. I'm going to call them w and y. So, Anna, which one do you want to solve for first?
W.
W, alright, let's solve for the top one first. Let's look at it. I know I have an angle of 40 degrees. W is the opposite side to that. 500 is adjacent. My hypotenuse is across from the 90-degree angle. So I want to find my opposite side. And I'm given my adjacent side. Q, which trig function should I use?
Opposite? Well.
Sine, cosine, tangent. If I have opposite and adjacent.
Tangent.
Tangent, good. So tangent of my angle, tangent of 40. So equals the opposite W over the adjacent 500. Okay? We all follow that part, right? Dom, how do I solve for W then? Right now it's divided by 500. How can I get it by itself? Multiply by 500. Good, so those will cancel. Right, so I'm going to multiply this side by 500 as well. So I get W equals tangent of 40 times 500. Which we should be able to punch our calculators, which are in degree mode, because they need to be in degree mode. So we punch it in. Billy, so you're paying attention yesterday. What are we rounding to when we're looking for a side length? The 100th place. Very good. So, did anyone get a number rounded to the 100th place? What'd you get, Jalen?
419.55.
419.55 is exactly correct. At least I hope so, because that's what I got. Everyone else get that? Sweet. So we found one of our sides. We found W. Now we need to find Y. So let's do the same thing for this bottom triangle. Y is my opposite side. 500 is my adjacent. My hypotenuse across from the 90. Once again, using the opposite and the adjacent. So I should be doing tangent, right? SOHCAHTOA. TOA, opposite, adjacent, tangent. So tangent of my angle, which is 25, equals Y over 500. Well, same as I did last problem, I can get that variable by itself times 500. So, Y equals tangent of 25 times 500. Once again, rounding to the 100th place. What do we get? Jayla? 233.15. Good. Solve for W, solve for Y. What's my last step here, Caden? Add them together, right? We said we wanted to find this whole length here. We wanted to find the whole length of it. So all you gotta do is add them together. So x equals 419.55 plus 233.15, which comes out to be
652. 70.
0.70, or just 0.7 would work as well. Okay, good. That wasn't too bad, was it?
No.
Pretty easy problem, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and try the next one. The one to the right of it.
We set it up just how we set it up in our.
Yeah, same as this one, right? It's giving you a triangle, it's split into two. The two 90-degree triangles. Find those two side lengths, add them together. I'll leave this one up here for reference. How's it going? Questions? Ready, dude? Ready? You good? Ready? What? That's 8. That's a dash. That's 8. It belongs to that one.
Back home or
No, just that one.
Okay, and then here.
Whoa!
Yeah. How much more time do we need?
Got it, Mr.
You got it?
Got it.
Let's see. Check how we did. Right? If you split up into Y and W again, you should get the longer length there to be 36.40. The shorter length should be 14.05. And in total, 50.45.
Mystery, I'm getting it now.
Alright guys, any questions on that? Alright, let's try another one. Try a different type of problem here. So, same sort of thing, we're still looking for one part, we're going to do multiple pieces. So now we're given two different triangles here. Well, three technically, but we're given a small one, we're given a large one. I want to find x. Does anyone have any idea how we can do that? That'll be a good way to start, Colton.
You can find the distance of the smaller triangle.
So right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to call that? You want to give it a variable?
Y.
Y. Okay, what are we going to do with that?
Subtract it from the full.
Subtract it from the full, right? So if we find y, we can find the whole bottom here and subtract it. Right? So let's do that. Let's find the small one first. So y, right? I'm using the small triangle, so 64. Opposite is 300. Adjacent is y. So once again, I'm using tangent. Tangent is 64. equals the opposite 300 over the adjacent, which is my variable y. Right? So let's solve for y. Cross multiply, we get 300 equals tangent of 64 times y. How do I solve for y from here, Paige?
Divide the tan of 64.
Divide the tangent of 64 on both sides, right? Get rid of it. So my y value should equal 300 divided by tangent of 64, which is approximately what? What do we get? No one did it in their calculator?
I'm still writing.
They're what?
I was just finishing up.
What was it, Grace?
146.32.
146.32. Is that what everyone else got? Yes? Okay. Alright, so we found the smaller portion. Now let's find the bigger portion, the whole thing. It's with this big triangle here. So if I'm using angle 34, 300 is my opposite. W is my adjacent side here. So I'm going to get tangent of 34 equals 300 over W. Once again, let's cross multiply. 300 equals tangent of 34 times W. Well, Mason, what should I do from there to solve for W? The third one. How do I solve for W from here?
Oh, divide by tangent.
Divide by the tangent of 34. Good. So W should equal 300 divided by tangent of 34, which is approximately 444.77. If I did my calculations correct, is that what you got, Bryce? Okay, so I found W and I found Y. So I'm going to subtract the two of them so I can have this X value that I'm looking for. So X equals 444.77 minus 146.32. Cube. Calculator. Do it.
$298.45.
298.45. Good. Any questions? Any at all? Alright, do you want to do the you try one?
Well, I already did it. So.
You already did it? Alright, how about this? I'll give you like a minute to finish up if you haven't tried already. I'll put the answer up there so you can check your answer, but then I'll keep moving so you get a little extra time on work. Alright? Another 20 seconds, we'll keep going. Just go ahead and keep moving. Alright, so if you finished, check your answer. Are there any questions on that problem? Just like the other one we did. Anything at all? We're good so far? Alright, let's keep going then. Alright, so another new type of problem. We're still trying to solve for x. But this is different. We haven't done like this before. Alright, we're given an angle over here. Given an angle over here. It's cut into two separate triangles. We're given the base of just one of the triangles. That 38 belongs to just that triangle on the left, that right triangle on the left. How can I solve for x? Tobias, what do you think?
Oh, we need to solve for that, for the line that's going up and down using the tangent, and then use that.
So yeah, if we solve for this shared side here, using our trig, then we'll be able to solve for x. So I'm going to call this middle line y. Right? I'm going to have to solve for that first, so that I can use trig on my other triangle to solve for x. So if I'm looking at this triangle on the left here, to solve for y, that is the opposite side. 38 is my adjacent, so once again I'm using tangent. So tangent of 39 equals y over 38, opposite over adjacent. So if I want to solve for y, I'm going to multiply by 38 on both sides. I'll plug in my calculator. 38 times the tangent of 39. We're going to get y is approximately what?
30.7.
30.77. Alright, so now I know what y is. I know what that middle side is right here. 30.77. So now that helps me. So now I can use trig on my right triangle on the right. So I can find that x value. So if I use 60 degrees, 30.77 is my opposite. X is the hypotenuse, right? It's across from the 90-degree angle. So Levi, if I'm using opposite and hypotenuse, which trig value should I use?
Sine.
Sine. So sine of my angle. Sine of 60 equals the opposite. 30.77 over the hypotenuse, which is x. Right, same thing, we're going to cross multiply. 30.77 equals x times the sine of 60. Just like we were normally solving, we want to solve for x, we're going to divide by the sine of 60. So in our calculator, we should punch in 30.77 divided by sine of 60. Should give us that elusive x value we're looking for.
35.53.
35.53. Colton, you agree? Jalen agrees. Everyone agrees? 35.53. Sweet. Any questions? So 3 types of problems we've done now. There's one more, just like this, on that page. If you want to go ahead and try it, I'll give you maybe another minute or two to try it. And we have 2 more problems, we're done.
So what number is it?
What number is that? Let me see.
Is it 35 or 36?
That's 35 degrees, I think. 35.
35?
35 degrees. Did you use 36?
Yeah.
Maybe off a little bit. You know, you're doing well. Yes, sir.
Copy report.
That's a good question.
Sounds like computer.
You're playing computer games, weird. You never do that.
No,
Never.
never.
Alright, we'll go another 15 seconds.
Watch yesterday's vlog.
What?
Watch yesterday's vlog.
If you have time, we will.
Yeah, wait till I get back from Spanish right
Alright, if you finished, check your answer please. She got about approximately 23.18. How we do?
I was done.
Finish it up, hurry up. We good? So we've done 3 different types of problems that are multiple step problems with trig now. And we're going to add the 2, we're going to subtract, and we're going to find one side, find the third side. So, any questions on any of those? Alright, 2 more problems. Talking about angle of elevation, angle of depression again like we did yesterday. Statue of Liberty is approximately 305 feet tall. Angle of elevation from a ship to the top of the statue is 23.7 degrees. How far to the nearest foot is the ship from the statue's base? Alright, well here's our Statue of Liberty. A crown and a book. Right? That's pretty good.
We need the torch.
The torch.
now. You gotta use green.
Too late. Looks like a 4, but it's fine. Alright, so our Statue of Liberty. How tall is she? 305 feet. 305 feet. There's a ship. Ship out in the ocean. The angle of elevation, which means from that horizontal line at the ship up to the Statue of Liberty, is 23.7 degrees. So 23.7 degrees. How far to the nearest foot is the ship from the statue's base? We want to find from the ship to the statue's base. We want to find that X on the bottom. Right? So I know I'm using 23.7 degrees. Straight across my opposite. X is my adjacent. So I'm using tangent once again. Right? Opposite adjacent gives us a tangent. So tangent of 23.7 equals the opposite 305 over X. Q, what should I do here?
Well, here you times by X on both sides.
Times by X on both sides?
Yeah.
So, X times tangent of 23.7 equals 305.
And then divide by tangent 23.7.
Divide by tangent of 23.7. Good. X is approximately, right? So 305 divided by tangent of 23.7. Remember, we're going to the nearest foot in this problem. Make sure we're reading directions. Nearest foot.
695 feet.
695 feet. Finished already. 695 feet away. Sweet. Any questions on that? Alright, we have uno más. Here's what we're going to do. Do you want to just try it on your own, or do we want to set up the picture together and you can do it on your own? What are you going to do? Or do you just want to take a look at it?
Skip it.
skip it, how about this? I will put the answer on the board,
Yeah, we're gonna-
and it is up to you if you want to try it and check your answer. Compromise? Alright. There you go.